Good morning, children. Today we are going to see about the topic history in those civilization. In this topic, we learned about something. What is this? The first one, to learn how Hindu civilization is related to other contemporary civilizations. The second one, to know the lifestyle of the people of the civilization. And the next one, to mark their geographical location in maps. Okay, now we're going to see the lesson. This is the timeline ancient world civilization. See this picture? The first ancient peoples, Mesopotamia. And the next Egyptian. And the next Indus Valley. The next Chinese. All these civilizations were established only in places near the rivers, most commonly along their banks. And the next is the timeline. And the next, in our ancient peoples, they settled in the nearby the rivers. Why they settled in the near rivers? People prepared to settle near the rivers for the reasons. The first one, the soil is fertile and fresh water is available for drinking, watering, livestock and irrigation. And the next one, easy movement of people and goods is possible. That only they choose the place for nearby the river. And the next, discovery of lost city Harappa. And the ruins of Harappa were first described by the British East India Company soldier and explorer Charles Mason in his book. When he visited the northwest frontier province, which is now in Pakistan, he came across some mysterious brick mounds. He wrote that he saw a ruined brick castle with very high walls and towers built on a hill. This was the earliest historical record of the accidents of Harappa. In 1856, when engineers laid a railway line connecting Lahore to Karachi, they discovered more burnt bricks. Without understanding their significance, they used the bricks for laying the railroad. In the 1920, archaeologists began to excavate the cities of Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. They unearthed the remains of these long-forgotten cities. In 1924, the Director General of ASI, Sir John Marshall, found many common features between Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. He concluded that they were part of a large civilization. Do you know, children, the Archaeological Survey of India, ASI, was started in 1861 with Alexander Cunningham as surveyor. Its headquarters is located in New Delhi. And the next, everyone we have one doubt. How do archaeologists explore a lost city? Yes, there are some reasons. Archaeologists study the physical objects such as bricks, stones, or bits of broken pottery, as ascertain the location of the city and the time that it belonged to. And the next second reason, they search in the ancient literary sources for references about the place. And the next, they look at aerial photographs of the excavation sites or cities to understand the topography. And the next, to see the ground, they may use a magnetic scanner. That way, they find out the archaeologist explorer lost city. The Harappan civilization. See this picture, children. For India, see this picture. They settled in nearby the river. For Mohenjo-daro people, archaeologists found major Harappan sites within Indian borders. Next, unique features of Harappan civilization. Town planning is a unique feature of the Hindu civilization. The Harappan city had two planned areas. The first one is the upper town, the part of the city to west the higher end. It was called citadel. And the next, it was used by the administrators. And the next, they used it to the lower town. The part of the city, the east, was lower but a larger. It was inhabited by common people. That place called as the lower town. Now we going to see about the lifestyle of the Harappa and Mohenjo-daro people. First we going to see about the streets and the houses. See these pictures. The streets are observed to have a grid pattern. They were straight, running from north to south and east to west, and instructed each other at right angles. And the next, the road were wide and rounded corners. And the next, there is no conclusive evidence of this presence of palaces or places of worship. Do you know, children, why burnt bricks are used in construction? They are strong, hard, durable, resistant to fire, and will not dissolve in water or rain. That's why they used burnt bricks. This is a drainage system of our ancient peoples. See these pictures? They used the proper drainage system. Many of the cities had covered drains. The drains were covered with slabs or bricks. Each drain had a gentle slope so that water could flow. And the next interesting one, every house had its own soak pit, which collected all the sediments and allowed only the water to flow into the street drain. That means they filter it. This is the Great Bath Mohenjo-daro. The Great Bath was a large rectangular tank in a courtyard. It may be the earliest example of a waterproof structure. And the next, the bath was lined with bricks, coated with plaster, and made watertight using layers of natural bitumen. Children, now we finished this topic today. Next we are going to see about the next topic in the next class. Okay. Now we recall what are the things we learned about in this topic. The first one, when man began to live in a settled life, it marked the dawn of civilization. And the second one, river valleys were responsible for the growth of civilization. And the next one, Harappan culture was mainly urban in nature. And the next, cities were well planned with covered drainage and straight wide roads, cutting each other at right angles. Okay, children, next we are going to see about the next class. Okay, thank you.